The former professional MMA fighter and current YouTuber is the latest to examine Paddy Pimblett's popularity and criticism among the MMA community. Joe Rogan has been spotted reacting in disagreement to Paddy's win, and Paddy is responding back to Joe Rogan after his win at the UFC at UFC 282. Judge Douglas Crosby, who scored against Jared Gordan on Saturday night, is currently being investigated. What an interesting release. Sit back and relax as we unfold the whole story. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Brendan Schaub on Paddy Pimblett's win. In a recent video, Schaub explained that he feels like Pimblett is getting the Jake Paul treatment, especially after his beef with journalist Ariel Helwani was made public. He went on to explain why he thinks it's happening. If a guy becomes too popular, it's in the DNA of MMA fans and haters on social media to start attacking him. And when you think that he doesn't deserve the attention, that's what triggers people the most. The fighter and the kid host then add that another reason why the baddie is receiving so much hate is that it'll bring people in. He believes that the lightweight champion is being criticized for the judges' score, which is not his fault. Paddy went out there and did his best. He had nothing to do with the three judges' decision. Whether you think he won or not, Paddy, that is not on Paddy, he stated.
But Paddy is an exciting prospect. And unfortunately, he's getting the same treatment. I hate to do this, compare the two, because, you know, it is different, apples to oranges, but it is the fight game. He's getting the same treatment that Jake Paul is getting. And when you talk about robberies, let's talk about robbery. The MMA media and the MMA fan base will use this term, he was robbed. Jared Gordan was robbed. He wasn't robbed. Anybody with an educated eye for mixed martial arts in the sport could score this for Paddy. Now, do I wholeheartedly think Paddy won that fight? Man, it's tough. There's argument you give Paddy the first round, second round. Definitely argument. Paddy doesn't control the judges. Paddy can only control what he can control, and that is fighting. And Paddy went out there and gave his best effort. And the three judges that Paddy has nothing to do with decided that he won the fight. Whether you think he should have won or not, Paddy cannot control that. That is not on Paddy.
However, some people are outraged at the outcome of the fight between the baddie versus Jared Gordan, with lots of people referring to it as robbery. Do you also think this is robbery? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Joe Rogan's reaction to Paddy's win and Paddy's response back to Joe Rogan after his win at UFC 282. Pimblett's fight against Gordan proved to be his hardest test after 3 relatively easy triumphs. The American was fast out of the gate, landing a handful of combinations in the first few rounds. As the fight progressed, many fans predicted Gordan's victory. But things didn't go as expected, as Paddy emerged victorious by unanimous decision with 29-28 scorecards, and this decision was greeted by boos and moans from the crowds. One fan managed to capture UFC commentator Rogan's reaction. He looks shocked and disappointed before going over to shake Pimblett's hands. He gave Bilal Muhammad a disapproving glance as Bruce Buffer revealed the judge's verdict and proclaimed Pimblett the winner. Fans reacted quickly to Rogan's reaction to the outcome. "I'm still thinking about it," one person remarked. Many individuals are saying, "Joe's look says it all," and I agree with many people. Another person tweeted, "Joe Rogan's response says it all." Paddy didn't win that fight. You can clearly see at Joe Rogan's reaction, ha ha ha. A third admirer commented, "Joe Rogan's response tells you everything you need to know. Paddy did not win the fight at all. What an incredible robbery it was," said another. Joe Rogan also called it a close fight, and Pimblett did not take it well. "No, it wasn't close," he said. "I won the first 2 rounds and cruised through the third."
Paddy the Baddy, Paddy, that was a close one.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't close.
He told Aaron Brandstetter, the MMA reporter for TSN Sport and TSN Edge contributor, "I'm pretty pissed, to be honest. Joe Rogan called it a closed fight. What are you on about that it was a closed fight?" he said. "I won, that's all that matters. When you look back at history books, is that I have gotten a green mark, a W next to my name. It wasn't a split decision, it was a unanimous decision, and I'm pretty pissed that people think I lost. It's annoying me a lot."
I can't believe I'm pretty pissed off, to be honest, lad. Joe Rogan come in and said that was a close fight. I was like, what are you on about, lad? That was a close fight. But is everyone been smoking proper heavy kush or something? You know what I mean? What's everyone on about? I won. All that matters when you look back in the history books is I've got a green marker, W, next to my name. It wasn't a split decision. It was a unanimous decision. So I'm pretty pissed off, to be honest, lad, that people thought I lost. It's annoying me. It's annoying me a lot.
Joe Rogan is not the only one that thinks Paddy lost. The former UFC champion and color commentator Daniel Cormier said on his YouTube channel, "I thought Jared won the third round. They're putting less emphasis on octagon control, particularly against the cage's side. I'm not sure why Jared Gordan didn't land much in the third round while clinching Paddy Pimblett. They don't pay much credit to that now, and Pimblett landed more important blows in round 3 despite the fact that Gordan was able to force him up against the side of the octagon so much. Many predicted that this would be Paddy Pimblett's biggest test to date, and he was right.
I thought Paddy Pimblett lost. I really did. I thought Jared Gordan won the third round. I thought Jared Gordan won the first round. I don't have those scorecards in front of me. Most of the judges scored round 2 and... I don't know how the judges scored the Pimblett fight, honestly. I'm recording this on my phone, so I can't look back to it. But they're putting a lot less emphasis on octagon control, especially against the side of the cage. Jared Gordan did not land much in the third round when he was clinching Paddy Pimblett. So I don't know why, and I don't know why. They don't really give much credence to that anymore. And Pimblett landed more significant strikes in round 3, even though that was only like 2 significant strikes because Gordan was able to press him up against the side of the octagon so much. Many said that this would be the toughest test to date for Paddy Pimblett, and it absolutely proved to be just that.
The judge who scored the Paddy fight is under review. Douglas Crosby, a well-known MMA judge, is being scrutinized for a decision he made on another show just hours before awarding Pimblett a contentious victory against Jared Gordan. Judge Douglas Crosby, who scored Paddy Pimblett's bout against Jared Gordan on Saturday night, is being scrutinized for another dubious mistake made the previous weekend. At UFC 282, the often scrutinized MMA judge ruled in Pimblett's favor over Gordan, awarding the Brit the first and second rounds but just the third to his opponent. However, it was his performance a few hours earlier at Bellator event in Connecticut that drew attention and prompted an inquiry into his actions. Crosby sensationally scored Bellator 289's main event 50-45 in favor of the bout's loser, Denny Sabatello, who was defeated 48-47 on the other 2 scorecards. A number of people have said that they will do so in the future. Crosby faces punishment after Mike Mazzulli, the chairman of the Association of Boxing Commissions and the Mohegan Tribe Commission, who organized the event on Friday, stated the matter. He describes the issue as extremely severe and hints at the possibility of a punishment for an underperforming official. A disagreement arose in the Sabatello vs. Stotts battle at the most recent Bellator event, December 9, 2022, according to a release. After studying the fight, I discovered that 3 of the 5 rounds were highly tight while the other 2 were somewhat close. Mohegan Athletic Department Director of Athletics Michael Mazzulli elaborated, saying, "One judge had Sabatello winning all 5 rounds, which is questionable. However, Stotts finally won the decision, which is the proper outcome. In order to make this a learning experience for all 3 judges, I have informed them that they would be studying the bout together. This is a very serious problem, and the Mohegan Tribe Athletic Department is constantly looking out for all combatants' best interest. The Mohegan Athletic Department has already sanctioned officials who are not functioning at an acceptable level. When such punishments are imposed, they are not made public." Crosby traveled across the country to get to Nevada for UFC 282 just hours after the Stotts vs. Sabatello bout in Connecticut, which ended less than half an hour before midnight local time. The time difference between the 2 states is 3 hours, and the flight takes between 5 and 6 hours. When asked if he would be comfortable with the judge traveling to one of his events, Mazzulli told Ariel Helwani that he would not. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in our next video.